So I figured I'd do a little update on what my neighbors have in their yard. This is probably the most equipment I've seen in their yard since they've been here. So it's Anderson Equipment Company. They're a Komatsu Timber Pro and Takeuchi dealer. They deal in some other stuff, but they got a lot of excavators. They have 160, 228, 170, and got an 88, 170, 170, 360 right there. A couple bigger ones back there. So we'll walk around. I'll show you everything they got. They just got this in. I didn't know they sold stuff like this, but I'm gonna say that's a material processor. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name, but it looks like it's a little crane. You can put like a grapple on the end or something like that. They do wood processing stuff too, so that's for like firewood. They cut everything up. Whole tree chipper. Got small Takeuchi stuff. So this is TW65. This is my old loader, if you can't tell by the tint. So this is what I traded in. Nice machine. Still has my leaf on it. Not bad. It was like a yard and a half bucket. Nice little machine. Do like 35 miles an hour down the road. Got their other smaller Takeuchi excavators. TP290, 290, and 285, 240. Got a whole bunch of sweepers in. Probably within like the next month, majority of the stuff that's here will just be gone. They rent out and do long-term leases on a lot of these sweepers and stuff. Smaller equipment, TL8, TL10, high flow, TL12, and a TL10. And I looked at going to a TL12, but it's just a very big machine, and I'm not brush mulching every day, so it's more horsepower and bigger machine, but I like the TL10 a little bit better. They got some rollers, Atlas Copco, smaller one. I'm probably gonna have this on lease for this summer because I got a bunch of stuff where I got to do some compacting, and I haven't found one that is cheap enough for me to buy, so I'll probably end up leasing. Got a whole bunch of buckets and attachments. Bunch of buckets, thumbs for like everything, every machine and going. So it's nice that they have that around. Buckets everywhere. Got all the used stuff over there. Got some processors, and this thing's awesome. I'd love to own one of these someday, but they're expensive, very expensive. Timber Pro and a Komatsu. Timber Pro is pretty cool. Bigger loaders, both 470s. Bunch of dozers in. Couple of bigger excavators on the backside that didn't see, 290 and a 308. That Yanmar. I think somebody traded that in because that's weird for it to be here. Most of this stuff back here is all stuff that's in for service. So some dozers and bigger haul trucks. This loader, I think this is either in for service or for sale. It's Kawasaki. I think they used to sell them, or one of the branches sell them, but don't really know much about them. So this is like their used pile back here. Got some loaders, bigger excavators. Bunch of forestry stuff. Processor back in there, John Deere. Little mini. I think they just got that in on trade. All this stuff is stuff that's in for service right here. So that processor, these excavators, or stuff that's for sale that's gonna go out. This is 138 like mine, but it's a little bit newer. Another 138. So these ones, I was told the other day that these are in here without tracks on them because the track's bound up, so they're Pulled the tracks. It's from a rental place, so I pulled the tracks, sent them out to have the pins pushed out, greased, and then pushed back in, so they work a little bit better. So there's two 138s, wheel loader, whole tree chipper, dozer, another firewood processor down there, a little bit bigger. These things are pretty cool. I don't do firewood or anything like that, but sure makes it a lot easier than doing all by hand. But I'm sure they're not cheap. Then got a bunch of other forestry stuff back up in here. So like I said, they got a lot of stuff here, but it's all just in for service or equipment that's here that's back on lease that'll go out soon. So it's cool to be able to walk around and see some stuff. Wheel loaders over there. We got a big storm coming, so I'm sure those wheel loaders will be out in the next couple days because people are putting everything back on site. But yeah, that's it. Anderson Equipment in Gorham, Maine here. Just out here. Figured you guys would like to see everything, and that's that. Thanks for watching.